Welcome back YouTubers to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following my right now, I'm doing a mental health awareness series playlistings of basically different topics of the mental health disorders that I feel to address right now to you all basically, and this one's basically, if you haven't following my channel, is going to be covering on the borderline personality disorder, which basically earlier I was just doing a real brief introduction hopefully of what it is basically, and this one is obviously going to be covering now the causes and triggers, and basically following on to that is the signs and symptoms, suicide and self-harm, who is at risk, what we need to know about the BPD, recognising the signs and symptoms of BPD, the questioning of does our loved one have this disorder, basically communicating with someone with this who has BPD of the introduction, the tips to go with it of the communication, setting healthy boundaries with your loved one if you've got a loved one that's suffering from BPD, how to support treatment, the diagnosis of it all, the treatments, how can you help a friend or relative that may have BPD, or even yourself, why BPD relationships can be so complicated. It's going to carry out of the characteristics of what it is and whatnot, so to speak, which probably will give you hopefully a heads up of what's going on in that one, in that piece. And basically, again, what not to do with someone who suffers from BPD, and what not to say to someone who has BPD, as a reminder basically of what's going down, okay, and what to say and do with people with BPD. So it's basically similar, like I said time and time again, if you've been following, it's going to be similar to all those other series hopefully, so it flows in nicely, that hopefully we can get on with it and just do what we can at this point of time for each other. So in all further ado, I don't know how many parts there's going to be for this by borderline personality disorder, so please bear with me. I've been trying to do as much research for each of these topics from experience versus just, you know, researching on the net. So not further ado though, before I lose track of time again, this should be a real short and brief one of what I've been researching and trying to brainstorm out on my case of what I can recall of certain disorders. So following on this part 2, borderline personality disorder, the causes and triggers. Right. As we know, there has been so many research of many questions, as well as questions on the possible causes and risk factors of BPD. I'm going to call for short for now, if you guys will recall it now, borderline personality disorder, BPD. So that's one key word you're going to have to remember when I'm addressing this topic to you. It's still at a very early stages of research, as we know, like as I said before earlier in the piece if you've been watching, is basically with certain disorders that we haven't heard about, there still needs to be more research and awareness and understanding and knowledge and whatnot of what needs to be shared about. You know, we need to also bear in mind though, there's a lot of risk factors involved in any other disorders as well as BPD. Excuse me. Anyway. As we know though, health scientists, researchers and the like of all other medical fields that I can think of right now will tend to generally agree that it may be genetic, however, and may have environmental factors on top of this that's maybe involved in this case. Okay, study on twins with BPD suggested though that the illness is strongly inherited. Okay, another study has shown that a person can inherit his or her temperament and specific personality traits, particularly impulsiveness and aggression. Scientists are now studying genes that help regulate emotions and impulse control for possible links to this disorder, however. Also, other factors may play a part in increase this risk for BPD sufferers, which is social or cultural factors. Okay, an example here to maybe illustrate to you also that you can gain a clearer, better understanding from what I'm sharing with you. Like being a part of a community, you know, or culture in which, you know, an unstable family relationship are common may increase a person's risk for the disorder. Impulsiveness, poor judgment, lifestyle choices and other consequences of BPD may lead individuals to risky situations. As I said before, some in the very beginning of the introductory part, sometimes with people who suffers with BPD, it's likely to happen to people where we're less expected, and that with this in mind though, it has all these other coexists of the different other symptoms and condition disorders that mix with it, as well as like leading up to the risky business of, like as I said, suicide or whatnot. Excuse me. Okay, the last bit of it to conclude it is adults with borderline personality disorder are chronically more likely to see be the victims of violence, including rape and other crimes that they may likely to commit. So basically, this ends part 2 of causes and triggers. Please give me the like for the support, or just for showing that, you know, you're engaging with me somehow. Also, basically, comment below with certain, you know, comments of encouragement, or just certain things that you feel that I may be missing out, because it's good to have feedback now and again. Like I said, I'm trying to get more involved in the community outside of the autistic community, as well as, you know, beyond, which I hope to do, as I said, because I really want to help people no matter where I'm at in my lifetime right now. So basically, follow me on Twitter or Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to actually maybe flick me a message if you need to on that, basically. And also, no further ado, subscribe to my channel, basically, if you haven't done so already, to show that your support to me of this channel, if you feel that, you know, this awareness needs to be addressed, you know, because I'm all about, you know, the health factor of things, looking out for people's health and whatnot, even though can't always help everyone, I've learned. And also basically share the videos around, because obviously this can be, some of these videos based on my knowledge, experience and whatnot, can be used as a resource tool for educational purposes, or whatever it may be that you want to share your, you know, videos for, you know, just basically hopefully enjoy them. And thanks for your support so far and understanding so far with the ones that has been following me, even though I am trying to really push for time regardless of my schedule right now of what I want to address, because there's certain other topics I'm going to enclose hopefully before the end of this month, which hopefully maybe is another, I don't know, another tag of some sort, I don't know. Well, I have to wait and see, even though I'm not sure how many of you are enjoying those tags that I'm been introducing on my channel right now. But no further ado though, guys, thanks for watching. You know, love what you do, do what you love, take care of yourself, take care of others, you know, be good to one another. You never know who is basically, you know, suffering far worse than us. We should be counting our blessings no matter what. So no further ado, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.